Babe, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, but who's gonna be the girl? Who's gonna be the lady? Who's gonna be the women? I hear so many women say, like, there's so many sassy men out here. Like, who's gonna be the men? Who's gonna be the man? But who's gonna be the woman? I feel like the direction that we're going in, we've lost the plot. So many of us are trying to act like a man, be like a man, get the same respect as a man, do the things that men do, and we're losing our essence as women. We are losing our femininity. Okay, it's a lot of masculine women out here as well, and we're not speaking on it. And today we're going to speak on it. Today we're going to address it. Even me, I was trying to be like a man as well. I wanted a roster like men. I wanted to go out and do this like men do. I wanted to do this and do that. You want to be treated how men are treated because this is a patriarchal society. And it looks like men are the ones winning. Men are the ones thriving. We need to tap into our feminine side because there is a lot of power and there's a lot of strength in being a woman, being in your feminine energy. I love the example of a lioness, okay? Because the lioness in the kingdom is not trying to act like the lion. She knows her position, she knows who she is, and she knows what her role is. A lioness and a lion, they work together. A lion does what he's supposed to do, and a lioness does what she is supposed to do. But once I learned about a lioness, I stood in my power a little bit different. I stopped trying to be like a man, stopped wanting to do the things that men do, and started tapping into that lioness energy. Femininity is not weakness. It's authority without force. Femininity is receptive power, embodied knowing, emotional intelligence, intuition, and presence. It's not about submission or shrinking. It's about not needing to chase, prove, or dominate to be powerful. So a lot of women are exhausted because they're trying to access power the masculine way through force, control, constant doing when their natural power works differently. What men do and why it works for them is because that is what they are supposed to do. That is what they were created to do. Our power it works a little bit different. Our strengths are a little bit different, but it's still very important. That's why it's important for us to lean into that power. The lioness is a perfect example of feminine power. The lion is seen as the king, but the lioness is the backbone of the kingdom. She hunts, but she doesn't hunt chaotically. She moves with precision, timing, and strategy. She protects not by roaring the loudest, but by knowing exactly when to act. She chooses who has access to her, her cubs, and her energy. She rests powerfully. She doesn't grind 24/7. She understands rhythm. The lioness, again, her power is different. And when you stand in it, you get different results. Especially the part where she chooses who has access to her. Don't let that go over your head. The lioness does not compete with the lion. She doesn't try to be the lion. She complements the ecosystem by fully being herself. That's feminine power. Soft does not equal weak. Soft equals regulated, grounded, dangerous when necessary. A lioness is soft with her cubs, but make no mistake, she is lethal when boundaries are crossed. Femininity is warmth with discernment, compassion with standards, receptivity with self-respect, calm with an unshakable spine. A woman in her feminine power is not weak. A woman standing in her power is far from weak. Many women confuse femininity with being agreeable, silent, or tolerating disrespect. That's not femininity. That's disconnection from self. The world, society wants us to be weak women who just agree with anything, who don't question anything, just go with the flow. But that is not femininity. Don't let society write and tell you what femininity really is. Don't let society tell you what a woman is. Learn for yourself and even question what I'm telling you, okay? Go back to God in prayer and ask him. Okay, so this is where women are losing the plot. A lot of women were taught that to be powerful, they had to harden, hustle nonstop, outperform men at being men, suppress emotion, lead with logic only. But that's not liberation, that's burnout. No wonder a lot of us are tired of our day-to-days because we are trying to be something that we're not. So femininity doesn't abandon ambition. It redefines power as alignment instead of force. What it means to stand in your feminine power. Standing in your power looks like trusting your intuition and acting on it, allowing support without guilt, moving from self-worth, not survival, leading with presence instead of pressure, being selective, not available to everything and everyone. When you're standing in your power, you are not easily accessible. You're not going any and everywhere. You're not hanging out with any and everyone. You don't have to be loud to be influential. You don't have to dominate to be respected. You don't have to chase to be chosen. The lioness doesn't ask for permission to take up space. She doesn't compete with the king. She knows who she is, and the kingdom adjusts accordingly. Okay, so my video had got cut short. I was recording, but for some reason it didn't save what I recorded. So basically the moral of the story is there's a lot of power, a lot of strength in your feminine energy. The last little message to wrap this up. So femininity isn't about shrinking or giving your power away. It's about trusting yourself so deeply that you no longer have to force, chase, or prove. Like the lioness, your power is in your presence, your intuition, your timing, and your ability to rest and receive. You don't need to be louder or harder to be powerful. You just need to be rooted in who you are. When a woman stands in her femininity, she doesn't compete for space, she naturally commands it. I hope this helps. I hope this resonated, and I will see y'all next time.